Hey guys, sorry, but in this video you're going to be seeing my face quite a lot, and I know it's not the prettiest. But I'll be recapping everything I went over and also going over pre-trip preparations. Things like visa restrictions, packing, scams to look out for, etiquette, and I'll also be going over the dick pic. First, I'll go over flights. If you don't know where you want to go, use Google Flights. You can see everywhere in the world and the prices to get there. If you do know where you want to go, use ATI Matrix. However, with ATI Matrix, you cannot book through them. So you have to take the information you find, either plug it into the airline's website directly or use Expedia or Travelocity or any of those booking websites. The cheapest airfare is usually 5 weeks out from your travel date. The sweet spot is about 3 to 10 weeks though. The cheapest time to fly to Argentina is their summer months between November and February. Secondly, I'll go over lodging. If you want free lodging, use Couchsurfing. Though, be prepared to spend a lot of time trying to lock down a host. Your next options are hostels. Use hostels.com or hostelworlds.com and find the one that suits you best. If you're traveling with some expensive camera equipment or a laptop, try and find one with your own private room, or be prepared to find another option. Another option is Airbnb. If you can score a private room, it's a good place to store your stuff. You may even get access to a kitchen, a laundry service, and there's a good chance you'll get internet. I've seen them as cheap as $10 and go all the way up to $1,000 a night, but it's about the price you're comfortable with. Your last option are hotels. To find a hotel, just use Google Maps. Go to Buenos Aires and then type in hotels in the search menu, and a full range of hotels across the entire city will show up. Lastly, there's so many things you can do in Argentina that I don't even think I can sum it up or recap it. But believe me, you're never going to get bored. However, if you do plan on trekking into the Andes or Patagonia, it can get quite cold, so be prepared for that when packing. Now, to go over some pre-trip preparations. First, check visa restrictions. The United States, Australia, and the United Kingdom have to pay a $160 reciprocity fee to get into Argentina. It's a website that I will link right here. You take the receipt that you get and give it to the customs agent when you land in Buenos Aires. Now, packing. That's all dependent on how long you plan on traveling and if you have access to a laundry service. Just keep in mind that most airlines will allow you to check one bag for free. At most, they'll charge you $30 to check a bag though. Now, things to pack. What I suggest the most are a good pair of shoes. I wear a pair of Vans that I have had forever, but they are super worn in and extremely comfortable to walk in. Also, a good waterproof jacket. Getting caught in the rain sucks. What sucks more is getting caught in the rain when you have your laptop or camera equipment in your backpack. So it's a good way to protect all that stuff just in case. Now, obviously you should bring your power chargers for your phone and camera and whatnot, but you will also need a power adapter. I have this. It breaks down into 3 components. Pretty compact. You're going to want to bring a watch. You're going to be changing time zones a lot, so it's so easy to keep track of time. Don't bring something like this. Pretty sure this is a fake Rolex anyways. I bring a Nixon. It's really comfortable. It's easy to adjust. I just like it too. It's waterproof as well. You're going to need a good pair of sunglasses. Sunglasses with UV protection. Not some cheap fold-up ones or whatever. But they don't necessarily have to be expensive ones like Ray-Bans either. Just make sure that they have UV protection. You're going to be outside a lot, so this is up to you, but I always bring a small first aid kit, usually with stuff that I use at home. Think Band-Aids or Tylenol, Imodium, aspirin, Costco, Dramamine, just anything that you might use at home on a daily basis that you wouldn't want to go to a pharmacy to look for. Things you don't need. You do not need to bring a water bottle, a travel water bottle. You're going to be buying water there, so just use the water bottles you get. It'll save you a lot of space when you're traveling there and a lot when you're traveling back. Another thing you should do, obviously, is call your bank. Tell them you're traveling. You should also ask if they will reimburse you for any ATM fees while you're abroad. Charles Schwab offers a checking account that has no annual fees and no ATM fees while abroad, so it's the perfect card while you're traveling. Secondly, when you're on the phone with them, ask them if they have travel insurance. I've been hesitant to talk about travel insurance because it's an interesting topic. For one, you're going to need medical travel insurance. However, most insurance policies in the United States cover you when you're abroad. You should contact your insurance provider, see if you are covered while you're abroad, and see what you're covered for. If you're not covered for things like emergencies or evacuations, you should look into medical insurance through a third party. If you're not covered while you're abroad, you need medical travels insurance. It's about $5 a day, give or take, and it'll save you a huge headache if something goes wrong. I've heard horror stories of $20,000 emergency evacuations via helicopter and people getting stuck in third world hospitals for months at a time. It's not worth the risk. Now, lastly, the dick pic. The only dick pic you will ever send to your parents. The dick pic is simple. D stands for documents. I want you to take a picture of your passport, your driver's license, your medical insurance card, your travel insurance, anything like that. I stands for itinerary. Make copies of anything you got from the airline, like confirmation receipts, your reciprocity fee receipt, anything between you and a couch surfing host, anything between you and an Airbnb host, things from hostels, hotels, trains, planes, buses, tour guides, anything like that goes under itinerary. C is for catalog. This is what I do. You don't have to do it, but it could potentially save you a headache. I catalog everything I take with me, whether it's, 3 pairs of jeans, a pair of pants, a pair of shoes, a Game Boy Color with Pokemon Red. Anything that goes with me on my trip, I write down and take a picture of. Especially the bag. I take a picture of the bag, so if something happens to it on the way back or the way there, I have proof that my bag wasn't messed up before it was given to the airlines. So I can try and get some kind of reimbursement if they somehow damage your bag. And that's the dick pic. Now once you've taken the dick pic, upload it to a cloud as read only. That way, if you lose anything, your passport, your itinerary, anything like that, you can access it if you have access to the internet. You should also give the dick pic to your parents. That way, if something happens to you, they can get in contact. Whoever, the embassy or a hospital or anything can get into contact with your parents, and your parents can give them the necessary documents. It's pretty simple. It can save you a lot of time if you lose anything and if something happens to you. I forgot to go over scams. Scams to watch out for. One of them is, all of these can happen to you just about anywhere, but these are specific ones that I've heard about in Argentina. The first one being the money swap scam. You get in a cab, you get to your destination, he says it's 50 pesos. I don't have 50 pesos, so you hand him the 20, the 50, and then he goes, oh no, I'm sorry, I can't break that, and he hands it back. But what you didn't see is that he swapped it out for a counterfeit. Now, the counterfeit might not be as obvious as this, but if you look closely enough, you'll be able to tell. Now, the only way to protect yourself from this is to either use smaller bills or familiarize yourself with the currency, so that way if you are given a counterfeit bill, you can do something about it on the spot. The next scam, I've heard about this happening just about everywhere, but it's called the pretty girl scam. A couple of pretty girls come up to you, they say, oh hey, free drinks on us, come to this bar with us. You go to the bar with them, you get a couple of drinks, they have a couple of drinks, they get up and leave, you get up to go and leave, and you're slammed with a bill. You go, hey, those girls said the drinks were free. The bartender says, well, the girls' drinks weren't free and you paid for them. and they will mark the price up by like a few $1,000%. So you're looking at like a $200 bill for a couple of drinks. Then, if you don't have the money, he will drag you to an ATM and be big and scary, and you give him money, and then it's over. To protect yourself from that, basically, if any girl comes up to you that's out of your league, which is basically every girl for me, then and offers you free drinks, say no. Or if they offer you 2 drinks, leave after the first one. Scam them. Don't do that. I'm not responsible if you get hurt if you do that. Now, the last scam has a bunch of names. The mustard scam. I'm going to give you a dramatic reenactment. Essentially, someone is walking towards you and trips and spills water all over you. And he goes, "Oh, no, 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 I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry." And, you know, he starts trying to clean you off or whatever. People come out of the woodwork trying to clean you off. And while they're doing that, they've distracted you. And next thing you know, your wallet's been lifted out of your back pocket and is gone. The only way to really protect yourself from this is to, you know, keep your wallet in your front pocket, in your jacket pocket, to never ever take your backpack off, because that's another thing they'll do is once you're distracted, they'll walk off with your purse or your backpack. If they pour mustard on you, just wear it with pride and then just keep walking and don't let them help you. Really, if you don't look like a tourist, no one's gonna bother you. They specifically target tourists. You know, the people with the grandpa New Balances with the knee-high socks and the polo shirt tucked into their cargo shorts with a fanny pack. I think I just described my dad pretty well. And yeah, so these are the scams that you should watch out for. You'll be alright. Just don't look like a tourist. Well, there you have it. Series 1 is done. I'm sorry, but I put this together as quickly as possible to get it to you guys. But I truly hope that the information that are in these videos is things that you can use to book your own trip. I know I made a trip specifically to Argentina, but a lot of the stuff in here you can adapt to your own trips across the world. Here's a link to the survey for the new destination. I would ask that if you vote to subscribe, that way the winning destination is the audience's choice, the ones that are going to watch this series. That way their voice is heard. Thanks, guys. I'm truly just trying to make the world accessible to the world.